Hey everyone, before the video starts, I just want to thank you guys so much for over 50 subs on this channel. By the time I'm recording this, we're at like 55 subscribers now, so thank you guys so much. I know the last video I uploaded, helped boost the channel a little bit more. That video got a lot of likes, a lot of views, and it's the first video on this channel that has over 100 views now. So thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. I promise I will be keeping up with this content, and I will keep making videos for you guys for your entertainment. And yeah, just thank you guys so much. And now let's get into the video.
Hello everyone, it's your girl Alicia, and today we are back with another video. So today we are back with another Talk Time With Me video, which I don't know if that's going to be the name of the series or not, because to be honest with you, I don't have official name for the series yet, but it's pretty much one of those videos where I give you guys a specific topic, and I give you guys either, advice, tips, pointers, or heck, I'll probably even share some opinions about the topic as well throughout this series. And I feel like I need to do that a lot more on this channel, because I feel like ever since I made that video where I told you guys some advice and tips how to deal with depression and all that stuff, I feel like I helped a lot of people doing that video. And I feel like I want to do that a lot more, rather than, telling you guys, my personal problems and thinking that you guys have to feel bad for me, when realistically you guys don't need to feel bad for me, because at the end of the day, that pain is gonna always follow me, like no matter where I go. Like, I try to get away from the pain, but that pain always comes back somehow, which is something you guys don't need to feel bad for, because at the end of the day, I try to work around it and try to think positive and try to work around it where I don't have to feel that pain anymore. Like, there are so many things I can do to feel like I don't need to feel any more pain, if that makes sense. Like the advice I gave you guys in that depression, tips video. Like, there were so many things I've done to move away from the depression state, like all that stuff, like listening to music, making content for you guys. Like, there was so many ways for me to avoid feeling depressed and all that stuff. And I feel like I have to do more than that, because I know there's people out there who's been through a lot worse than I did. Like, I'm not saying like my life is miserable, this and that. I'm not saying that at all. I know there's people who's been through a lot worse in this world. Like, hell, people are homeless out there. Like, people are homeless, people don't have food, all that stuff these days. And I'm not here like about my own personal life, because that's not the case at all. Like, there's people who's been through a lot worse, 10 times worse, in fact, maybe even 100 times worse than I have. And I'm not coming up here, complaining about my life, when I know for a fact there's people out in this world who's been through a lot worse. So that's why I'm always telling you guys that you guys do not need to feel bad for me, because at the end of the day, that pain's always gonna follow me. Like, it's okay, because I know how to work my way through that pain and not have to think about it and all that stuff, and work around it at the end of the day, and try to figure out my own problems and how to solve those problems. So that's why I'm doing this series for you guys, because I know there's people out there who's been in my shoes, who's been what I've been through, and I just want to bring that positive energy to you guys and give you guys pointers and tips, and heck, maybe even opinions, and maybe you guys can agree with those opinions. And there's probably people out there who's probably going to disagree with my opinions, and that's perfectly fine. This is just, my personal opinion on this topic that we're going to share with today, and I will also give you guys some tips and pointers as well. This topic that we're going to share today, guys, I wanted to do this for a while. Originally, I wanted to make a video like this on Valentine's Day on my, the Blue Blur 360 channel, but I couldn't, because I had to work a lot throughout that time. And I also, unfortunately, I got really sick around that month too with the flu, and it was so bad. It was really bad around that month. I had the flu, I had to work as well. Like, there was so many things that was going on around that month, and I just did not have the time to film this video or edit or anything. But it's better late than never, so I'm really interested, because I wanted to say this topic for so long. But if you guys want to see more videos out of me, please give it a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from Alicia Flack. Without further ado, let's get into this topic. Alright guys, before we get into this topic, I forgot to mention this real quick. If you guys hear rain or loud thunder in the background, it is actually currently raining here, and it's so weird because it is still snowing here in Minnesota, which I hate so much. We are like, by the time I upload this, it's probably gonna be April by now, but it is already April, and this rain or this snow, this weather, this winter season as a whole just won't go away. The snow won't go away, and it's ridiculous. And I don't know, now it's raining here. It's so weird. Like, I don't know if it's just Minnesota that's been getting some weird weather. It's probably some other states too around, you know, the Minnesota area. But it's so ridiculous, and I don't know. It's just right here in Minnesota for a fact has been getting some weird weather this winter season. So apologies for the loud thunder and the rain and all that stuff. But let's get right into the topic. So the topic I will be telling you guys about is relationships. Now, the question I have for you guys, the viewers, is that are relationships overrated or not? I will give you guys my answer, and if you guys want to share your own answers, please let me know in the comments and tell me why you said that answer, or, you know, give me an explanation why you say that, if a relationship is overrated or not. Before I give you guys my answer, if you guys don't know, I've said this like a little bit towards the end of my last Talk Time With Me video where I told you guys, you know, tips and pointers about depression and how to deal with that and all that stuff. I said it a little bit towards the end of the video, but I have been single my entire life. I am not a coward to say that on social media. I have never dated anyone. I've never been with anyone. I've never gone on a date with anyone. I've never kissed anyone or anything like that. I've never done any of that with someone. And to believe it or not, I am actually glad I'm still single. To be honest with you guys, like, I am a free spirit kind of woman. I like my freedom, and I need to be with someone who will respect my freedom and let me do whatever the hell I want and not control me to do whatever the hell he wants. And don't get me wrong, there's not men, all men are not like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I know I'm saying it like all men are like that, but no, not all men are like that. But there are some men that are like that. And I've met men who are, and I've seen men who's been with a woman before who feels like they have to control the woman to do whatever the hell that he wants. Just because they're the big man of the place. Like, that's not the case whatsoever. I need someone who respects my freedom, who respects what I like doing for a living, all that stuff, and respects me. Like, if I'm with someone and I do videos and stuff like that and likes to do voice acting and all that stuff, I need that man that I'm with to respect that. Period. Like, I need a man who will respect who I am as a person, because I've tried to be with someone, guys. I've tried. Like, I've never gone out with that person. I'm not gonna say names because, you know, I don't want to put people on the spotlight, but I've tried to work things out in a relationship before with someone. It didn't work out in my favor because I felt like, one, because that person didn't respect who I am as a person, and two, because I feel like I was being too controlled, you know, during that time and trying to work things out in a relationship. Like, those are the two major things that I hate for a man to do when I'm with them, is to be controlling and to not respect of who I am as a person. Because I am different, guys, and by God, I am so glad to be different, because I am rare. I am a rare kind of female. And any man will be, to be honest, this is just me, because this is me we're talking about. Any man will be freaking lucky to be with me, because I am different. I am not like all women out in this world. I'm not one of those stereotypical women who thinks men has to buy everything for me, who has to pay dinner, this, that, all that stuff. And, you know, I'm just different, and I'm blessed to be different. I'm a different kind of female. I am a tomboy. If you guys don't know, yes, I am included as a tomboy. And I treat relationships so much differently. And I've never been in a relationship with someone, but I know my mentality of what I will be like in a relationship, if that makes sense. So to answer you guys' questions, if, you know, relationships are overrated or not, I do think they are overrated. Like every person I personally know here in Minnesota has a relationship with someone. Like hell, my closest friend that I've known since first grade, you know, like I said, not saying names, but she has been with the same guy since she was 14, 15, maybe even 16. It's definitely around the teens, like the younger teen era. We were in high school, I think, so probably when she was like 15, 16. She's still with that guy to this day. Every time she, you know, complains, and every time she's afraid that that guy's gonna leave her and stuff like that, she comes to me, you know, bawling her eyes out, thinking that she's gonna be, you know, miserable without him, this and that, when really the case about it, to me personally, this is just personally me, this is my answer. Please do not show sympathy and do not show that you have to be with someone. Like, I just don't understand the gist of being with someone, mainly because that is your freedom you're gonna lose, guys. I like being free. I like my freedom. I'm a free spirit kind of girl. So I don't know why every time I hear my friend bawl out, scared to death that she's gonna be miserable forever just because she's not with that guy, because the guy that my friend's with, that is her first boyfriend, that is her first ever boyfriend, and she feels like if, you know, that boy will leave her, that she's gonna be miserable, and she feels depressed and all that stuff. And I don't know, I feel like after you leave someone, guys, yes, it's gonna hurt. I've been hurt before. It's not a good feeling. And like I said, when I try to work things out with someone, you know, that person left me, and I was hurt, and I was badly hurt, and I felt like I was in a huge depression state, like I said. But like I said in that video, that last video I made about depression, I had my ways to work around it and to not feel that way. Because at the end of the day, if you guys think positive about you leaving someone, that gives you another chance to be free and also to gain more experience. Because after you leave someone, guys, that's going to make you feel 10 times stronger about yourself, and will help you feel a lot more confident, and help you fix those mistakes, and help you probably even be with someone even better. Like, I don't know, when people come to me about their own freaking problems, they can't expect me to say something to answer their problems, because especially when it comes to relationships, because I've never been in a relationship before, so I do not understand the feeling about it. I've been hurt before when I try to work stuff out with someone before, but I've never really had the full experience of being with someone. That's all. So if people come to me telling me about relationships and stuff like that, they can't expect me to give you guys to give that person an answer, because I'm not gonna know what it feels like, so I'm not gonna give you guys a clear answer about that stuff. So I just want to tell you guys that it is okay to be single. I feel like single is great because it's your freedom. Guys, trust me, if you're with someone, that's pretty much your freedom. That's pretty much your freedom just gone there. Don't get me wrong, there's probably people in this world that still cares about your freedom and will let you go wherever the hell you want to go and not always be with that person. Like I said in the last, I don't know which Darman video, I think it was the controlling girlfriend video, Darman reaction video I did. I said in that video, so I'll say it here, if you're with your partner 24/7, it is gonna eventually get very toxic, and it's gonna risk your relationship being separated from each other. Like, it's gonna ruin the relationship, it's gonna make it very toxic, it's gonna cause a lot of drama, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So, you know, for people who are in relationships, just remember that it is okay to be away from your partner for a little while, just to get a little space and to just get a little bit of air, and just to enjoy a little bit more of your freedom. Because there are people out there who's very controlling, who's gonna, you know, judge you in the wrong way, thinking, hey, are you cheating on me? Are you going out with this other guy or girl? Like, are you doing this, that? Like, there's gonna be people out there who's gonna question so many things if you're just out there away from your partner. And that's not gonna be the case about, as if anything. Like, if anything, if you tell your partner where you're going, that partner will not question you as much, because there's probably partners out there who's probably left that person, who's not given them an explanation where they're going. Or heck, if you even text that person, say, hey, I'll be home by this time, all that stuff, then you have to trust that partner. Trust is the major thing you have to do in a relationship, guys. Trust, honesty, communication. Those are the top 3 things you have to do in a relationship for sure. Because if you don't have any of those things, then that's going to cause really bad consequences in your relationship with someone. I've never been in a relationship, but I know for a fact what I want in a relationship. And those are the main 3 things that I want to see in a relationship is trust, honesty, and communication. Period. So I just want to tell you guys that it's okay to be single. I'm fine being single, to be honest with you guys. Like, heck, if I'd be single forever until the day I die, then, I'll live life still happy. Like, guys, I'm sorry, but I wish I could give you guys, like, positivity with a lot of relationships. But realistically, I care more about my freedom. I don't know, like, and I know there's gonna be men out there who treats me like I have to be free. And I know there's men out there who cares about my freedom, who cares about what I do for a living, all that stuff. I know there will one day be a guy for me that will care about that stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm gonna be too attached to someone. Guys, I don't like staying too attached to someone, mainly because I feel like I'm gonna get easily hurt again from it. And guys, trust me, traumatized and past experiences will F up your life, will F up your future, will F up your trust in people. And that's something that people need to understand, because there's people in this world who does not understand what I go through and how much, why I'm so traumatized and why it's a hard time for me to trust people. And I've tried to explain it to multiple people before. I've tried to explain it to my close friends online about this, but they do not understand. They do not get it. And I have trust issues for a reason. I have major trust issues for a reason, and I just want people to understand where I'm coming from. And I can't ever find that one person who will understand where I'm coming from. That's why I just rather be single. I'm not saying I want to stay single forever. Like, I'm not saying that at all, but I just don't mind my lonely lifestyle. I just don't mind my single life. Like, I don't. And like I said, everyone I know here in Minnesota has at least a boyfriend or has gone out with a boy before. And I've experienced this boy, just mentally and emotionally abusing my sister before. And he was actually in our house. And I had to do, the bigger older sister, adult responsibility kind of, present. And I had to kick that guy out of our house pretty much. And I had to do the adult thing to do and kick him out. And I saw my sister crying and bawling out. And I don't want that for her. I do not want a guy who will emotionally and mentally abuse her. Or heck, maybe one day physically abuse her. Like, I will hate, like, if that guy hit the physical abuse route, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do, but that will cause really bad consequences. Maybe call the police or something like that, because that is something that I do not mess with. I do not mess with physical violence, guys. I do not mess with that. There are men out there who will throw hands on a woman, and that is the one thing I do not play with. I do not play with that stuff. But luckily that guy my sister was with didn't throw hands or didn't put hands on her. But I felt like he was gonna do it at any moment before I stepped in and kicked him out. I've done it before, guys, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun seeing my sister cry about it. I had to comfort her and all this stuff. I had to do the bigger sister, responsibility type stage and just help her and comfort her and all that stuff. And after seeing people experience relationships and stuff like that, it makes me feel like I don't want to be in one. And that I know that's a stupid reason to not be with someone, but experiences like that, guys, will screw up your confidence in wanting to be with someone, or your lead up into being with someone in a relationship. Like, my mom has been abused and physically abused, heck, raped. I'm not afraid to say that. Like, my mom has gone through some stuff with guys before, guys. And my dad's a guy, so, he wasn't abused or stuff like that, but he has past relationships that he just couldn't be with forever and just left them immediately. Like, my dad was with a girl one time that made him leave Minnesota to be with that girl, and it was pretty much just like a manipulation kind of stage that girl was given to my dad, and it made my dad leave, and then he realized what he did wrong, and he decided to come back in Minnesota. So, guys, seeing these relationships with different people, with friends, with siblings, with my parents and stuff like that, it will ruin your risk taken into being with someone. And that's kind of the mental state I have. I'm not saying I want to be single forever, but if I had the choice of being single forever, I will still live life happy. And I just want you guys to realize that yourselves. Like, if people want to be in a relationship, that's your call. Please take these tips, like kindness, honesty, trust, communication, all these things you need to have in a relationship. Because it will screw up your relationship if you don't follow those steps. Especially, like, ladies out there, you guys all know what us ladies want in a relationship with a guy. As much as how, no matter how cliche it is, the one thing I want, like, for me as a woman, what I want out of a male is for them to just be themselves. No matter how cliche that is, like, I rather be with someone who is themselves. Like, the person that I will fall in love with, I want that person to stay himself forever and never change. Like, that person that I try to be in a relationship with and be with forever, that person changed on me. Like I said, I'm not saying names, but that person changed, and it completely f***ed up everything. For me, I haven't changed a bit, and I know that person knows what I'm talking about. I haven't changed a bit, and it's a good freaking way, because it's still me. It's still being myself. Like, I'm still myself, and I still tried to do everything and work things out. Guys, trying is more important than you think. As long as you're trying rather than not trying at all, it is something. Like, the male and females aren't perfect. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, hell, I try everything I could to make things work, but it was never enough for that person. And trying is more important than you think. I try, and that's something. It's better than not trying at all. And that's something that every relationship needs to understand, that as long as your partner is trying, that's more important than you think. And I just want to tell you guys that, because there's so many people that I've seen get hurt, get, mentally and emotionally abused. Like, I've experienced seeing people like that, and it hurts me seeing those people so miserable. And it just makes me not want to be in a relationship. And until I get that trust from that special someone in my life, I am not picturing myself with a relationship anytime soon, with a guy and everything like that. I just don't picture myself with anyone until I find that right person who is there for me for just being myself, and who respects me for who I am, and will always, trust me, communicate with me better, and will be honest with me. Because I've always at least tried. Like, the communication thing, I still have time. Like, I still have a struggle doing that, but at least I'm still trying to do that, and not trying, rather than not trying at all. Like, trying is good. It's better than not trying, like I said. So, the communication I still need time working on, but I'm always trustworthy with someone, and I'm always honest with someone. And I just want that special someone to understand that of who I am as a person, you know, and will respect me for my tomboyish ways, you know. I'm not the most girly girl type female that every man will probably not want to be with, and that's fine. Like I understand that. But I want that one man to understand who I am as a person and as a tomboy. You know, like I said, I think I mentioned this before, but people think that just because I'm a tomboy thinks that I'm gay or a lesbian or stuff like that, and thinks I like girls and stuff like that. People had actually judged me for that before, and it's not a good feeling. No, I'm not gay, and I am straight. But I hate people judging someone. Like, that's gonna be my next topic. Like, that's probably gonna be my next topic in the future. I probably don't judge a book by its cover. I got judged a lot from, you know, friends and like past friends, heck, friends on social media. Like, there's so many people that has judged me for who I am and what I do and all that stuff, and it's not the case. Like, I just like doing something different. Like my voice acting work, like I like doing something different. Like it's some people are not going to respect it, and that's okay, but I just want people to understand who I am as a person, and I want people out there to respect it. And there's probably people who's not going to respect it, and like I said, that's okay. You know, if I become big and huge one day, guys, one thing I want to be with is for someone who's been there for me before my fame. Like, if I ever become big one day, for people out there who wants to be big one day and famous, I just want to give you guys another pointer. Please do not be with someone who's there for you just for your fame. Please don't do that. Like, I'd rather be with someone, if I become big and famous one day, you know, to the world and everything like that, I would rather be with someone who's been with me since the beginning rather than someone who's just been with me since I was famous. I rather do that, because for people who are gonna be big and famous and all that stuff, anyone who's big and famous, if they see someone who thinks that they want to go out with them and date them and be their like boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, like that person who is famous is gonna have that mindset saying, hey, is that person really there for me for just being myself? Or is that person just there for me for my fame? There's no in between, guys. There's gonna be between the two. Like, is that person there for me for just being myself? Or is that person there for me just because of my fame? Like, I've learned this from my Darman video, believe it or not, guys. Like, I should probably react to that video one day. I've watched it before, but it's been a while, so maybe I'll rewatch it in the future. But I've learned this from Darman. You deserve someone who treats you like a star even before you're famous. Like, guys, that person who's been with you since the beginning, like, if you ever become famous and big one day, that person who's been with you since the beginning deserves to be in your life forever. Because that's the person that's been there for you since the beginning. And I feel like there's people who are big and famous and like social media famous or just famous in this world, all that stuff, who takes their first friend, their first real friend before they become famous, they take them for granted a lot, because they don't realize how much that first person that's been there for you has done in your life. And I've had people who's been there for me since the beginning, and I'm never going to take those people for granted, because those are the people that's been there for me throughout my toughest times. Like family, there's also past friends who's been there for me, all that stuff, and I'm never going to take those people for granted. That's the last thing you want to do, is take someone who's been there for you since the beginning for granted. And that's just something everyone needs to know. Like, everyone who's listening right now, you deserve someone who treats you like a star even before you're famous. One day, if you're not famous, don't worry about it. Like, just be with someone who treats you right since the beginning, and that person will most likely be the right person for you. I feel like people has taken me for granted a lot. And it's okay, because it's just people judging me from, you know, either on a camera or something like that, or heck, maybe people who just does not know me personally. There's people who has definitely taken me for granted before, but you know, it's okay, because those are just people who thinks that they know me when they really don't. That's the one thing I just hate, is when people judge me just because of my intentions, just because of my presence. Like, I don't know, I'm a lot better off camera, guys, believe it or not. You know, if those people really want to know me, they should come to Minnesota and come visit me and see it for themselves, like who I am as a person. I do stuff like this, like I make videos for you guys daily, or at least film daily for you guys for videos. Like, I don't upload every day, but I try to, just to give you guys content. I listen to music, I do sing. Like, I don't like to sing in front of people, but I do sing, and sometimes I try to sing in front of people, but every time I try to, my throat just closes up. Like, I can't, like, it's like the stage fright presence I have, which realistically it's not, because it's only like 1 or 2 people, but I have sang in front of people before, guys. But I don't know if I don't know if just past events just made me feel like I can't sing in front of people anymore. I don't know. Like, I've sung in front of people before when I was younger, but maybe it was just my little kid stage presence, and I just felt like singing in front of people. But when I got older, I just felt like a closed book at times. And no, it's not healthy, but I try to be open as much as I can. And I've tried to sing in front of people before, but it's hard sometimes. But I do sing, and I do dance. I do exercise too, and I do try to, you know, work on my diet and stuff like that. Drink more water, fluids, eat healthier, all that stuff. As soon as like all the grass starts to grow again, and you know, all the snow melts, I'm thinking about going back on my daily walks or jogs, and try to work up my exercise again. I'm doing all this, and it really kills me that people do not see that from me at all. And it hurts. But like I said in the beginning, the pain is gonna follow me wherever I go, which is fine, because I will always do my best to work around it and think positive and work around it and not have to think about that pain. Because I've dealt with so much pain in my life. It's family, friends, online friends, you know, it follows me wherever I go, like past events, so on and so forth. But I do whatever I can to work around it for you guys, for my family, for my friends. Guys, I'm a closed book. I'm a closed book. That's probably another topic I'm going to say in the future, is about opening up your feelings, because that is definitely something I need to learn myself, is to be a little bit more open. You know, that's why I made this channel also, is to get out of my comfort zone, like I said, and to just be open and express more and show you guys the real me, rather than, you know, being behind a camera making character like videos. And I want to do more of that for you guys and show the real me. I might do more vlogs, like I might do vlogs in the future. I might do one of those like mukbang videos. I've seen them on YouTube. I might do that in the future too, give you guys a specific topic and I eat something and I talk to you guys. I might do some of that. I will do more reactions. I'm actually going to be filming some more reactions tomorrow after filming this, so you know, stay tuned for more reactions. I will also be doing, you know, more videos on my first channel on the Blue Blur 360. I have currently filmed some comic doves, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna try to get Sonic to react to more videos in the future on, you know, the Blue Blur 360. There's a lot of videos, and I'm looking forward to working, you know, to give you guys more content in the future. Yeah, anyways guys, I think I've gave you guys all the pointers about relationships and how I personally feel. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to change your guys' mindset about relationships and all that stuff. If you want to be with someone and you don't picture yourself being single forever or all this stuff, or being single for a while and all that stuff, please just listen to your own heart. Like, listen to your voice. What do you think? Do you guys want to be in a relationship, or do you guys just picture, you know, relationships being overrated like me? And just let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do you guys think relationships are overrated? Do you guys want to be with someone one day? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Like, you guys do not have to agree to mine. If you guys disagree with mine, just please let me know in the comments and tell me why. Like, please. Because I would like to hear some feedback, and I would like to hear your guys' opinions as well. Like I said, I have been asked out on dates before. Like, in high school, I've gotten a couple guys asking me out, but no offense to those guys, but I have rejected them before. Because I was in school around that time, so I cared about my education more than relationships. So I rejected them, but mainly because I wanted my freedom around that time. Like, I just wanted my freedom. I wanted to finish school, all that stuff. So I just never cared for it, and to be honest, I still don't care for it to this day. You know, my best friend, you know, the friend who's been with, you know, her first boyfriend for a while now, she actually tried to get me to be with her boyfriend's friend before, and it really pressured me a lot and made me feel sick to my stomach that a friend's trying to push me into that state when realistically I just don't want to be in a relationship. It just made me feel off. It made me feel like I'm being pressured to be in a relationship when really people shouldn't feel bad for me about this stuff, because I feel fine. Like, I feel like I have my freedom, I have my free spirit. I feel fine. Like, I feel like I don't have to be in a relationship with someone, and I don't want people to think that like I feel like alone and lonely and all that stuff, when realistically I feel fine, and I still feel happy because I still have my freedom, and I still have the freedom I can to make videos for you guys, you know, to work on, you know, my future, all that stuff, and not have to worry about love or relationships and all that stuff, when really I can focus on my own future, and I can focus on, you know, building up something even more, and it doesn't have to be like a relationship and stuff like that, when I can do all of this on my own. And, you know, I have, you know, family and all that stuff who supports me, and that's all I need for a support system, is my family, and, you know, heck, my close friends. You know, that's the true support system, is my family. I don't need a relationship to show a great support system when I really have my family to do all that for me. Yeah, anyways guys, I think that's the end of this video. I told you guys my opinion about it. Hopefully it gave you guys some advice and pointers, and maybe hopefully it didn't change some of you guys' opinions about relationships. I didn't want to do that. I'm not trying to do that for you guys. Whatever you guys feel about relationships, that's on you. That's not on me. I'm not trying to pressure you guys or anything like that. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. I'm giving you guys some pointers of how to you know, how to be in a relationship, all that stuff. Because like I said guys, top 3 things you have to do in a relationship is to be honest, to trust each other, and to communicate with each other. That's the top 3 things I need a man to do for me. Because I feel like certain men that I try to be with can't do the simplest things at all. But I need those top 3 things, because me as a woman, guys, I know for a fact I need a man who respects me for who I am, and for that man to not control me or anything like that. Because, you know, men will always have that typical mindset saying, hey, you know, that woman needs to do everything for me, like do laundry, you know, cook for me, this, that, clean the house, stuff like that. Like, there's men out there who literally thinks that way, and it's not the case. That's not the case in the slightest. Like, there's men who has to do chores too. There's men who have to cook too. Like, it's not just the women. Let's not do the stereotypical relationship, you know, roles and stuff like that. Because I hate that. Like, the woman I am, guys, and this is just me, like, I've never been in a relationship, but this is my mindset. The woman I am and the girlfriend I would be will treat the man and myself equal. That's my mindset. Like, I do not want the man to pay for anything for me. I don't want the man to think that they have to pay everything for like a dinner or anything like that, when easily we can just cook it at that man's house and cook for me, rather than going to a restaurant and paying for me for my food. Like, I don't know, I'm really basic, and I'm a really I'm like a really basic kind of female, and I know for a fact I would be a basic kind of girlfriend too. That's the kind of girlfriend I would be, is for the man to just realize that I'm not like all women, that I am trying to be equal with that person, and to do what the man does, like pay for stuff or all that. I am trying to be that woman who's really equal with that man, and try to pay some stuff too, and drive us places or all that stuff. I don't need the man to do everything for me. That's the kind of mindset I am. I'm the type of woman who doesn't need a man to do everything for me. I don't need the man to save me or anything like that, when I can easily take care of myself. That's the kind of woman I am. Like, I'm strong enough than you think, guys. Yeah, I just want to mention that as well. Like, there's so many things I could say about this topic. There's so many things I could say about this topic, y'all. But I think I am officially done here. I said everything I wanted to say about relationships, but like I said, please let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this. Did this advice help you guys? For those people who are lonely, or heck, maybe people that are in relationships, let me know in the comments below if any of this helped you guys. And if you guys have any specific topics you guys want me to share on this channel, please let me know in the comments below. I would like to have some ideas for this series. I like doing this. I really feel like I'm helping people in this world, and I feel like I'm giving that positive energy to you guys with a smile on my face and everything. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below, guys, what you guys think about this video. If you guys want to see more reactions, or heck, any video in general, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from Alicia Flack. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Alicia signing off. Goodbye, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.